I wanted to do a review of It Chapter 2, but life happened, and so I kind of missed my opportunity to make a video on it when the film was still relevant. But luckily there's another movie about a murderous clown in theaters now, and that gives me the perfect excuse to talk about it. I know that's not what you clicked on this video for, so I'll try to keep it brief. I really liked it. Not as much as the first movie, though the first movie was really damn good. So it's kind of like comparing a really well done steak to a slightly less well done steak. The acting was all great. As you've probably heard by now, the standouts are James Ransone and Bill Hader. Once again, Bill Skarsgård is phenomenal as Pennywise. I mean, it's almost unfair how good he is in this movie. The man is not human. The direction's also really good and a bit more stylized than in the previous film. And the script is pretty solid for the most part. The stuff dealing with homophobia and domestic abuse kind of felt a bit movie-ish, which I find odd because that stuff was covered actually really well in the first movie. Also, the subplot with Henry Bowers I felt was a bit unnecessary. Yes, I know that's from the book. Again, I found it odd that Mike didn't get a scene of confronting his childhood trauma when the rest of the losers did, but overall I really enjoyed it. A-. Oh, also I saw Villains. That was really good. Hello, my name is Spencer Malcolm, and I just finished watching Joker. Written by Todd Phillips and Scott Silver, directed by Todd Phillips, and starring Joaquin Phoenix as Arthur Fleck, a man with a whole host of mental illnesses and a rather miserable life that is almost constantly beating him down, until one day Arthur lashes out at three rich assholes and accidentally ends up becoming the symbol for a class uprising, all the while taking a journey into total madness that eventually culminates in him becoming the famous Batman villain, the Joker. This movie has been the subject of much debate and controversy, with lots of people saying everything from this film is a sensationalized, if fictional, depiction of what essentially amounts to a domestic terrorist, just in an era where the events of such a story are tragically all too present in the news, to saying the movie will end up like Fight Club, or a lot of idiots don't realize that the film is a satire and end up agreeing with what the film is saying, not what it means, to saying that the movie could end up pulling a taxi driver and inadvertently inspire yet another mass shooting. Though it should be noted that this discourse has been happening pretty much ever since the movie's been greenlit, and variations of this argument have been happening ever since we started telling stories about violent, dangerous people. But now that the movie is out and people finally get a chance to see it, we are finally able to find out if the film was worth all of its arguing. And the answer is no, of course not. It almost never is. This movie is not the next Taxi Driver. Relax. The most dangerous thing I could see this film inspiring is just more tiring discourse from those stupid Snyder jackasses. Sorry, it's just been a while since the discourse surrounding a movie has made me this tired. So how is the movie itself? Well, Joaquin Phoenix is absolutely incredible. Well, if there is any reason to see this movie, it's him. Practically every part of his performance makes it immediately clear that there is something off about this guy, yet you still feel kind of bad for him, though never to the extent where you're willing to excuse his actions. The transformation he goes through from being a meek, down-on-his-luck guy with a kick-me sign practically tattooed to his back to the suave, charismatic clown prince of crime that we all know and love, maybe too much, is utterly breathtaking. He plays this unique take on the iconic character so well that part of me is sad that this will most likely be the only time we get to see him in the role. Even when the script is at its weakest, he works wonders in and almost makes those moments achieve what they're going for. The rest of the cast is also really good, though they're not often given a whole lot to work with. The direction's pretty solid, and the score is great. It's just that the script, while definitely trying very hard and on occasion reaching the heights that it aspires to, is rather shallow. It clearly has a lot on its mind, it just has trouble articulating those thoughts into anything all that profound. I admire the film for what it's trying to be, but the script really needed to be stronger in order for that to work. I don't like calling out specific people when it comes to problems I have with the movie, because usually multiple people worked on those aspects that I take issue with, so singling out one person and kind of just feels unfair and mean. But I feel like the reason why this script isn't as strong as it could be is because of Todd Phillips. I haven't seen his other movies, so I can't really comment on the writing in those, but from what I've gathered from clips and interviews and the stuff other people have said about his films, his script work doesn't seem to have the capabilities to pull a story like this off. I would not be surprised if the parts of the script that did really work were from co-writer Scott Silver. Not to say the script is bad, it's serviceable overall, just that it needed to be consistently great in order for it to hit those rather lofty, emotional beats and ambitions that it was going for. Maybe if Phillips just stuck to directing and let Silver write the script on his own, it would have been much better. I could easily have it the other way around, or both could equally be to blame. I don't know. Would I recommend the movie? Yeah, like I said, the acting's all good, Phoenix absolutely crushes it. The script definitely does have some really outstanding moments, and the direction and score do a great job at depicting the hellscapes that are both 1980s Gotham and the mind of the main character. If only the majority of the script was of the same quality. If only. I'm gonna give Joker a B-. If you like this video, you can show it by doing the usual like, share, subscribe, bell notification routine. And I'm Spencer Malcolm. Send in the clowns.